I look at bodybuilding and physique athletes and fitness modeling and all of those aspects as an art.
I think that's why I love it, because I love art to begin with. So when I look at bodybuilding, it is an art. It's an art to one, to get to look the way they look, and two, to go on stage and then to perform and present their bodies in their best way to music and stuff like that.
Yeah, I definitely think bodybuilding is an art, just like a sculptor, you know, they're sculpting a piece. They're putting a piece of clay here kind of thing. There's no difference between me and you other than we take our sport extremely serious and we take it to the next level with all our meals, all our training, all the hours that we put into it.
Bodybuilding is actually a sport of the mind. It's more psychological, physiological.
And the competitive aspect of bodybuilding, mind is everything.
It is a lonely sport because their friends and families don't get it.
A lot of people would ask me, why are you doing this? It seems stupid. And to me, it's not. Everybody thinks it's about going into the gym, lifting weights, and going home. It's not what it's about. It takes a lot of your time. It's a 24-hour job.
The human body can be just something you can live in, a vessel you can borrow, or you can use it to be something that you can create and mold and shape and change.
Try and build that perfect physique, which you're never going to get to, but it's nice to keep on striving for it. With bodybuilding, every person is different. You go to any gym, you'll see 5,000 people working out, but they don't look like they go on stage because typically 80% of your results is from your diet. Well, you know, we're raised to every single person. If you ask every bodybuilder, the toughest part of this sport is the diet. And that's the whole psychological component to it. So, you know, most people are willing to give up their treats, what they like to eat, you know, eating at a certain time frame, sometimes overeating, sometimes undereating. Yeah, so this is definitely not for everybody. You know, being a fitness nutritionist for the last 15 years, I see that the most difficult thing for people is to eat on that regimented diet that you give them. They'll all go to the gym. I give them a program, everybody will say, oh, I have no problem going to the gym. But when they have to, you know, measure their foods, they got to weigh their foods, they got to prep their foods, yeah, it becomes a little more difficult.
Literally, nutrition is 100% of the effort you put in. You can go to the gym every single day of the week, work as hard as you want, and if you're not eating right, the results will 100% differ from that. The diet gets so strict that you almost think about food all day once you get to this point. I think it's pretty common in the sport. People just, you hit a breaking point sometimes mentally. You're just like, I can't handle it.
You do feel the effects. Energy levels are a lot lower. Kind of hormones are kind of everywhere. It is a mental game when it comes to that point. You know, 6 times a day, cold chicken, cold rice, cold vegetables, and driving at the same time, you know? So it's like, you know, you gotta get your meal in, you gotta eat. 3 hours mark, okay, alarm goes off, it's time to eat. People look at you a little funny when you're driving, walking down the street, eating a meal, park bench, eating a meal, construction site, eating a meal. You know, just anytime you gotta eat, you gotta eat. You get the odd look once in a while. It comes with the nature of the sport.
You're not going to be going to the club with your buddies. You're not going to be drinking alcohol. You're not getting a lot of those cheap meals. You're not going out late at night. It's a part-time job.
So loved ones, family, friends, things like that could definitely be affected by it. It caused me and my ex-girlfriend to break up because she came to the point where she was deciding, you choose this lifestyle or me.
A lot of people don't have the willpower or the mental strength to do that. So I think that's what separates a bodybuilder from an average person.
So, you know, there's people that have to move out of their houses during contest prep because they're so moody. So I think from a relationship perspective, health perspective, you know, either cancer or, you know, going on dialysis for your life because your system isn't working anymore, those are your long-term risks on there.
You risk losing a lot in the long run by doing this sport, but you also have an opportunity to gain a lot.
If you don't have to drive, you don't want it bad enough, you're not going to achieve anything with this sport.
In Canada, there's only 2 people that get a pro card every year. So you think about London alone, I mean, in this town, I got 35 athletes. So imagine every town, every trainer that's in this town, and only 2 or 3 of them actually get pro cards out of, at one show, 300 people. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to get there.
I'm driven to move forward because I really want to become a professional athlete in this. I've been doing it for just so many years, and when you do something every day, all day for so long, you really want to earn that accreditation.
We have 2 streams also. You got the natural stream for the people that say, look, I only want to do A, B, and C. I'm not willing to do anything else. Perfect. Then we still have something you can go and compete in. Then the other people that say, look, I want to get as far as I can, and to be able to, compete with the big dogs, this is what I've got to do, and I'm willing to do it, or whatever kind of thing, then they've got that. There are people that's been on anabolics. There are people that are taking things that are banned, but to get off it in time that they won't be tested positive for. So in that sense, yes, there's definitely cheating over there, and I see it all the time. But in the open category, there is no thing as cheating. People think more is better. And steroids definitely is not that. I think that if you want to be a competitor, that's just what you have to do to be a competitor, and if you don't like it, then it's definitely the wrong sport. When they're on it, they feel like they're on top of the world. Energy's good, strength's good, psychologically they feel good. Once they get off of it, their strength decreases in the gym. Their bodies start to diminish a little bit. They don't feel as psychologically, emotionally, or physiologically adapted, so they want to jump back on. And so people don't want to get off because they don't want to lose that feeling. So unfortunately, I would say, probably 85% of people are addicted to it. Young kids, 14, 15, 16, taking anabolics when they haven't hit puberty yet or maturity levels yet. So, and they're going to run into, unfortunately, some long-term medical problems. People don't realize the science behind the steroids and how much people in AIDS and MS that are using steroids in a lot of research right now. You hear bodybuilders might be dying, and the first thing you hear about, steroids, but really when you take a look at it, it's probably more street drugs that actually cause a negative than the actual steroid itself that causes a negative. Can you grow without being on that? Absolutely, and I've seen it tons of time. It's just some people think that's why it's just a little faster, more efficient, more effective, but the other way is just as good, keep you healthy, and you get some good goals. As
a natural competitor, I have nothing against it whatsoever. It's just the road I decided to take. They think a bodybuilder goes to the gym, takes his steroids, goes home, and he's this meathead. It's not what it's about. There's so much more to bodybuilding than anabolics.
I've always loved exercising. I like the feeling I get from going to the gym. I like the feeling I get when I'm at the gym and the feeling I have when I'm done.
I enjoy going to the gym and being able to make my body into something that 95% of the population can't do. Bringing the best physique to that stage, depleting yourself a week out.
How can I make them better next time they're on stage?
How far do you want to go?
How can I make that body even better than what it is now?
How bad do you want it? What does it take to be a champion? If you want to be number one, you got to train like number one. You're on stage, you're up there for 5 minutes in total, and you diet for 16 weeks.
Every time you go to the gym, you have to remember that you're not your only competition. Somebody else is out there doing the same thing just as hard as you are.
Eating your 6 meals a day, training hard, doing your cardio, having a positive mindset, and being mentally strong for bodybuilding is what 90% of guys are going to tell you, because you got to have those. Otherwise, it's just no point. Push that last rep out, even if you can't, you have to. Knowing what you want, setting that goal and going for it, training to the best of your ability, not quitting, not leaving anything behind. That's what makes a champion. Bodybuilding is an amazing sport. It's an amazing adventure. It's what we believe in and what we do. And bodybuilding's a lifestyle, and I'll love it, and I always will.